Okay, so I'm going to take you through probably 4 examples of writing an equation in point-slope form. And I'm actually going to pull these examples straight from, let's see, page 48 of your workbook. So if you have that, you can fill these in as you go. If not, you can just use these as an example for your assignment that you're trying to get done. Okay, so first let's look at number 1. First of all, it says write in point slope form. Okay, so the first thing I want you to remember is what point slope form is. That's when you have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's our form for point slope form. Okay, now these first 2 examples, it's going to be really easy because they give you the slope and they give you a point. So it's really easy. All you have to do is plug in the numbers. Okay, so this first part, y minus y1. Well, that y1 is your y coordinate from the ordered pair. Remember, in your ordered pair, it's always x, comma, y. Okay, so as I write this, I will have y minus, and then your y coordinate is 6. So it's just y minus 6. And sorry, you're going to hear Grayson in the background, so just try to ignore it. Okay, so y minus 6 equals, the slope is m, so that's negative 3 times x minus, and then your x coordinate, which is negative 4. Okay, so then I want to clean this up and make this a little cleaner. Y minus 6, I can't clean that up anymore. Negative 3 times, and then this x minus a negative 4 becomes x plus 4. And there's your equation in point slope form. That's it. Okay, if the directions had said to write it in slope intercept form, we would just need to solve it for y, and we'll do one of those here in just a minute. Okay, let's move over and look at number 2. Okay, again, I'm just plugging in numbers into my point slope form here. So I have y minus, okay, so hopefully the rest of this video will go without any interruptions, but let's start over with number 2 so I can get my thoughts back in track after I took that phone call. So we have slope, we have the point, plugging it straight into this equation. So we have y minus your y coordinate, which is negative 1, equals m, which is your slope, which they give you, negative 4/3, times x minus, and then your x coordinate, which is 3. Okay, and if you clean this up a little bit right here, this minus a negative is going to become y plus 1, and then everything else can just stay like it is. And there's your equation in point slope form. Okay? Now, numbers 3 and 4, I believe should be like numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your, sorry bud, on your assignment on Canvas. Okay? So just follow these steps and it'll guide you through those. So let's look at number 3. Here they give you 2 points, but they do not give you a slope. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to have to figure out is what the slope is going through those 2 points. Okay, so remember, to find our slope, we subtract the y's, subtract the x's. Okay, so let's find the slope first. Well, my y coordinates are 0 and 3. Now, it doesn't matter which order you subtract those, whether you do 0 minus 3 or 3 minus 0. Just out of preference, I'm going to do 3 minus 0. But whenever you do your x's, since I did the 3 first, you have to do the negative 2 first. So this will be negative 2 minus negative 3. So be careful when you do this. 3 minus 0 is 3. And this would actually become negative 2 plus 3, which is 1. That minus a negative would become a plus. So you add those together. So your slope is 3 over 1 or just 3. Okay, so now we are right back where we were with examples 1 and 2. We have a slope and we have a point. Well, we actually have 2 points. Now, whenever you plug it into point slope form, it doesn't matter which one of these points you use. Okay, so let's say I want to use this second point, for instance. So whenever I plug it in, I have y minus the y coordinate. Well, my y coordinate is the 3. Equals m, which our slope we just found was 3, times x minus your x coordinate, which is -2. Okay, so let me simplify this and make it look a little neater. Y minus 3 equals 3 times x. This becomes plus 2. Now, the directions said to write it in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We want to solve this equation for y. Well, before we can solve it for y, we need to use the distributive property over here. So now we have y minus 3 equals 3x plus 6. Then we can get this y by itself. We just add 3 to both sides, and you get y equals 3x plus 9. And that's your equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so a few different steps to get to that point. Very first thing we did was we had to find our slope. Subtract the y's over subtract the x's. We got our slope. Then we used that slope and then one of the points and just plugged it into point slope form and then solved it for y. Okay, so let's look at number 4, and then that should be good to set you up for the assignment. Okay, again, I don't have a slope, so the very first thing I need to do is figure that out. So m equals, I need to subtract my y's. So my y's are 10 and -10. So let's say we do this 10 first. So it'll be 10 minus a -10 over, since I did this 10 first, I have to do the -6 first. So this becomes -6 minus just 6. All right, and what do we get here? Your numerator becomes 10 plus 10, which is 20. And the denominator, -6 minus 6, is -12. Now you can simplify this. We know it will be negative. And let's see, you can divide both of those by 4. So you will get -5/3 as your slope. Now, let's plug the slope, excuse me. And I'll just go ahead and use this first point as my point to use. So we have y minus the y coordinate, which is just 10, equals your slope, which is -5/3, times x minus your x coordinate, which is -6. Okay, I'm going to clean this up a bit. So I have y minus 10 equals -5/3 times x plus 6. Okay, but then again, they want it in slope-intercept form, so we need to solve this for y. Well, before you can solve it for y, you have to distribute first. So we have, I'm going to scoot this over a little bit so I have more room. Y minus 10 equals -5/3 x. Negative and a positive will make it negative. And let's see, 5 times 6 is 30, divided by 3. Oh, Grayson, what'd you do? I think Okay, I apologize for that. I have no idea what just happened or how my 6-month-old just did that, but so I apologize for that. Okay, let me go back to this distributive property part. Okay, we took the negative 5/3 times the x. Now we need to take the negative 5/3 times the 6. So whenever we do that, we have negative 5 times 6 would be negative 30, divided by 3 would give you a negative 10. So this is going to be minus 10. Okay, now I need to solve it for y. So I need to get rid of the minus 10. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides. That cancels. So you have y equals negative 5/3 x. And then these actually cancel as well. You could put plus 0 or minus 0, but you really don't need to. So we'll just leave our equation like this. Okay, so hopefully this helps you get through the assignment. If not, we can address some more questions tomorrow.